Good morning, class. Today I'll start with a new chapter. It is on page number 90, Environmental Consciousness. Our world faces a true planetary emergency. I know the phrase sounds shrill, and I know it's a challenge to the moral imagination. Now, it's a nice chapter. This chapter is actually about our environment, right? So, let's start with the learning objectives. We should respect Mother Nature and take efforts to protect the environment. We should preserve our natural resources and be responsible while using them. So, we have to make sure that when we are using the natural resources, we have that consciousness to keep them safe, to make sure that they do not end, and make sure that we do not waste them, right? Precious natural resources are limited and we should use them sparingly. Means we should rarely use them. It's not that whenever you are in need of the natural resources, you use them and you just waste them. Is that clear? We should try to minimize pollution by adopting clean fuels and renewable energy. Right, we should make sure that we help the environment in minimizing the pollution. We, as humans, should understand our responsibility towards our Mother Nature, right? We should know that we are not here to create pollution, to destroy Earth, but we belong to Earth, right? So we have to make sure that our contribution is good enough. It is in a good way, helpful for the Mother Nature to grow rather than to create destruction. Now, see the next one. Just as we keep our house clean for a healthy life, it is a duty to also keep our surroundings clean. Yes, it's not necessary that you're cleaning your house and you're throwing off your, clutter out on the street or maybe out somewhere. That's completely wrong. You're again harming the Mother Nature. So we should make sure that when we are, cleaning a house, we should have that thing within us that we should clean or we should keep the environment as well clean. We should make sure that the environment is not polluted because of our efforts or our actions. Now they have given a story here. Let's go through this story. It's a nice story. A long time ago, there was a huge apple tree. Little Somu loved to come and play around it every day. Okay, let's see what happens now. I'm sure you know about the apple trees, right? So this little child, he used to come there daily and he used to play near the apple tree. He climbed to the top of the tree, jumped on its branches, ate apples, and took a nap under the tree's shadow. So that means he was completely in love with that tree. He used to play around, jump on the branches. He used to, eat apples from the tree. He used to sleep there. So he loved that tree. So loved the tree and the tree loved him. Now, of course, how can you say that? How can a tree love you back? Come on, tree is again a living thing, right? It's a living being. And trees, they do have life and soul. So in the same way, Somo, he loved that tree and the tree was again loving towards Somo. As time went by and Somu grew up a little, he became busy with many other things. He no longer found time to play around the tree anymore. He preferred playing his video games and watching television shows. Now it happens, when you grow with time, things change, your preferences change, your priorities change. And the same thing happened with Somu. When he grew up a little more, he was not bothered about going out and playing next to the apple tree. He was more concerned about the video games. So he preferred, playing inside the house with the video games rather than going out and play with this tree. One day Somu was sad. He came back to the tree and started looking at it intently. Right? Intently means, with deep feelings, he was looking at the tree. Come and play with me, the tree told Somu. I am no longer a kid. I do not play around trees anymore. Somu replied, I want toys. I need money to buy them. Now, just imagine the Somu, he was talking to the tree, and tree must have said, "Please come and play with me." Somu said, "No, I am no longer a kid. I cannot play around a tree. I need some video games, and for that, I need money." "Sorry, but I do not have money. But you can pick all my apples and sell them. That will give you money," the tree suggested. The tree was kind and nice. He suggested that you can do one thing. You can pick all my apples, sell them, and you can earn money that way. Somu was excited to hear the proposition. He grabbed all the apples on the tree and left happily. He sold the apples and got enough money to buy a toy and many other things. He did not return to the tree for a long time. The tree was sad. He came back after many years. Now he was a fully grown man. The tree was excited. "Come and play with me," it said. Somu said, "I do not have time to play. I have to work for my family. We need a house for shelter. Can you help me?" Now again, now Somu was a selfish kind of a person. He took those apples, he sold them, he got money, he bought toys for himself, whatever he wanted he bought for himself. But now he was not at all bothered about the tree. He never came back to that tree. He went out, he grew up, he was a man now. He was taking care of his family, and one day again he came back to the tree after many years. He came back to the tree. The tree was really sad and happy to see him. The tree even told him, "Why don't you come and play with me?" Somu was sad. He said, "No, I can't. Now I'm a grown man and I have to take care of my family. And I wish to build a house for them. Can you help me?" "Sorry, I do not have any house. But you can chop off my branches to build your house," the tree said. Now, imagine how much this tree could actually love Somu. And Somu was very selfish. We can see that from his actions. Somu cut all the branches of the tree and left happily. The tree was glad to have made him happy. Somu again did not return to the tree for a very long time. The tree felt lonely and sad. Now Somu was taking advantage of this tree, right? But he was not at all bothered about how this tree might feel. So he took all his branches and he went away. Several years later, on a hot summer day, Somu came back. The tree was delighted. "Come and play with me," the tree said. "I'm getting old. I want to go sailing to relax myself. Can you give me a boat?" Somu asked. "I'm getting old." "Okay." The tree replied, "Use my trunk to build your boat. You can sail far away and be happy." Somu cut the tree's trunk to make a boat out of it. He went sailing and did not show up for a long time. Finally, he returned after many years and kept looking at the small stubble that was left of the tree. "Sorry, my boy, now I do not have anything for you. I don't have any more apples left," the tree said. "No problem, I do not have any more teeth to eat apples," Somu replied. "I do not have a trunk for you to climb on," the tree said. "No problem, I am too old for that now," Somu said. "I really cannot give you anything. The only thing left of me is my dying roots," the tree said in a sad voice. "I do not need much now, just a place to rest. I'm tired after all these years," Somu replied. "Good old tree roots are the best place to lean on and rest. Come and sit down with me and rest," the tree said. Somu sat down, resting his back against the stubble of the tree. The tree was glad. Now you can see, after Somu was again selfish, he came back to the tree, he asked for a boat, and the tree told him that, "See, I cannot provide you with a boat, I cannot give you a boat, but of course I can help you. You can cut down my tree trunk, right? And then you can make a boat out of it." Somu did the same thing. He cut the tree trunk and he made a boat, he sailed, and again for several years he never returned. The tree was sad, but one day, after many years, Somu returned. He was all old, very old, and the tree was still there, the stub of it, just the roots and the stub. And this tree told him that, see, now I cannot help you. I cannot provide you with the apples. Somu said, I don't have teeth to eat apples. He said, I do not have branches for you to climb on. Somu said, I'm too old to climb tree now. The tree trunk said that I do not have, anything for you right now. Somu said, I don't need anything. I'm already old and I just need a place to rest. And of course, this tree was dying. Only roots were left. So the tree was really glad that Somu came back and they both were still together, right? So it's a nice story. This story is about the environment, how you can save the environment rather than being cruel to it, rather than using the resources and never returning back to them. So you can always be nice towards the environment, right? Now see what Slice of Life has to say. Trees are very important to our survival. We must respect them. Yes, we have to. We should respect them. We should feel the connection between us and the trees. We should never be selfish. People and things that matter should be regarded highly. Now see, if you love someone, you respect that person. You don't use that person. In the same way, when you love your environment, you should respect it, right? You should not use it. It is a duty to protect the environment. Trees gives us oxygen, wood, fruit, flowers, etc., which are all necessary for our lives. Yes, of course, trees, they are so helpful. Natural resources are limited. We should use them judiciously so that they last longer. So we should, make sure that when we are using the natural resources, they should be used in such a way that we can use and even our generations can use it later on. Okay, come to page 94. We have some question and answers. What did Somu do with the tree as a child? He used to play around the tree, right? He used to love the tree, play around, and he enjoyed it. How did the tree help Somu when he wanted a toy? The tree told Somu that you can, pick all the apples from me and you can sell them. You'll get enough money to buy toys. How did the tree help Somu when he wanted to build a house for his family? The tree offered him branches. Is that clear? He offered him branches so that he can build a house for his family. How did the tree help Somu when he wanted to go sailing? The tree even allowed him to cut his trunk so that he can build a boat and go for sailing. How did the tree help Somu when he was too old and tired to do anything else? The tree provided him support where he could sit and rest. The tree, it even said the best place to lean on and rest. A tree roots are the best place. Right, so that is it for today. It's a nice chapter. Please go through it, read it. This was your last chapter of the moral science. Right, please go through all the chapters, read the stories nicely. And Slice of Life is again important. Learning objectives are important. So just go through them. Okay, that is it for today. Thank you.